going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Thirsty Thursday with me, Chino Suave. Today's cocktail is especially delicious. One of my favorites, actually. And that cocktail is gonna be the Manhattan. I've actually been waiting to make this fucking cocktail for you. But before we get into that, I want to thank you for viewing. If it's your first time seeing my videos, please subscribe. I got a lot more content on the way, and I also play video games. Yes, I may be drunk in some of them. Other than that, leave a comment in the comment section below. Don't forget to smash that like button. I'm going to teach you how to make the Manhattan. But what? Before I do, I have to tell you a little shit about it. Duh. Don't you know how this works? So, let me go ahead and give you a little history about the Manhattan. Now, do we all know what the Manhattan is? Probably not, but if you do, you know it's probably rye whiskey or Canadian whiskey. For the sake of my stash, I only have bourbon, so we're not going to use any rye or Canadian. And the reason why they use Canadian, because during Prohibition, that was like the easiest whiskey to get a hold of. They say that this guy, Dr. fucking I don't know his name, came up with the cocktail around the 1870s. He was throwing a party for some fucking president. When I read the name, I didn't know, so I didn't care. We're learning about cocktails, not presidents. It has nothing to do with it. It was at the Manhattan Club in New York. Now, the doctor invented the cocktail, and it became so popular that everyone started drinking it. And they named the drink after the venue itself, so they say. That's why we have the Manhattan cocktail. Now, there's a bunch of different history, and there's also a bunch of different ways to make the cocktail, but I like to stick to one fucking way. One way. And that is stirring the cocktail itself. So after we get all the fucking ingredients inside the mixing glass, we're gonna stir it. You might get some people who are like, I like mine shaken, not stirred. And then you tell them, oh, absolutely. If you like sucking down shit algae off the top of your drink, be my guest. Let's shake up your fucking cocktail. And that's because when you shake it up, it gets really foamy and it's pretty nasty and a little unenjoyable for me to drink. Flavor profile stays the same, but like I said, if you prefer sucking algae off the top of your cocktail, be my guest. Shake it up, just like the Martini. Shake, shake. But we don't do that either. We stir. We stir. Now, what we're going to be using today, bourbon, Italian vermouth, Italian, and maraschino cherries. That's going to be our garnish at the end of the cocktail. Alright, now that we know a little bit of crappy history, because there's so many references to this cocktail, and the ingredients that are going into our cocktail, we can finally make it! Yes! Yes! So without further ado, let's go ahead and make this fucking cocktail. Alright, one ingredient that I did forget to mention is this bad boy right here, our Angostura bitters. Extremely important. We're gonna put 2 dashes in this bad boy with that. Also, our chilled cocktail glass. Fancy party. Alrighty. So, first we're gonna start by filling our stirring cup, or mixing glass, whatever you wanna call it, with some ice, so we can get our liquid nice and chill. Maybe not that chill. Alright, next we're gonna add our bourbon. Today I'm using bullet bourbon. Unfortunately, I did not buy bullet rye, which would be nice, but whatever. So, we're gonna go ahead and do 2 ounces of our bourbon. Boom, boom. 2 shots of vodka. Glug, 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 glug. No, no. 1 ounce of Italian vermouth, sweet vermouth. That's French, not Italian, that accent I just did, so don't be fooled. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in there. Ah, yes. I always use a jigger, because I always tell people, you don't really know, like if you're doing lime juice, you don't know how much acidity you're using if you're just squirting it in the bottle, in the glass. Blah! It's gonna taste like shit. Now, we're gonna add our 2 dashes of bitters. Boom! I know it wasn't very pretty, but whatever. Gonna stir it up vigorously vigorously. I don't want any of that foam shit. So you're gonna stir it. You're gonna stir it some more. You're gonna stir it more. And now finally, we're ready. So, now that we stirred it, we're gonna go ahead and grab our strainer here. Boom, baby. Has to not get any ice in it. We're gonna pour it nicely into our cocktail glass. Boom, boom, boom. Now, this cocktail glass I'd say is a little bit bigger than 3 ounces, that's for sure. But that's okay, because we already know how much booze is in there. 2 ounces of booze, and then 1 ounce of sweet vermouth. And then, last but not least, we're gonna go ahead and add our cherry. Boom! And there you have it. The Manhattan. And that's how you make a Manhattan. That's delicious. Alright everyone, now that we know how to make a Manhattan, we can all make terrible decisions together. But don't forget, pinky out. I want to thank you for joining me again for another episode of Thirsty Thursday. I hope you enjoyed it. Show me some love in the comment section below, as well as smash that like button. Once again, you're joining me, Chino Suave. And until next time, everyone, cheers. That was good. Well, that's awkward.